Now, many people, are traveling more now than what they used to, especially we're talking about more Black Americans. Now, we have Black Americans that you get your passport and that's good, you got it. But this story is going to definitely teach you about you need to also have traveler's insurance when you travel. Now, you had a couple, and this story is crazy, from Atlanta. They wanted to have a romantic getaway. So a brother by the name of Stephen Johnson and his fiancée, Tori Austin, was vacationing on a Carnival Cruise when Johnson had suffered a medical emergency. He went into diabetic shock, which landed him in a hospital in the Mexican port city of Progreso, where the Georgia man remained in intensive care for 3 days. Okay. So they say after, the brother recovered, he had a hospital bill handed to him of $14,000. And at the hospital, they saw the receipt. Their hospital was named Centro Medico Americano, and they wouldn't let them leave until the bill was paid. Now, you think that's crazy. What you mean you can't leave? No, they had locked the windows. They wouldn't, they had guards to make sure they didn't leave until they got their $14,000. So literally they were being held up like prisoners because they could not pay $14,000 because they did not have traveler's insurance. Now, traveler's insurance would have paid for that, but since they did not have that, they wanted them to pay cash money for them to get out of the hospital. According to the U.S. Embassy that's in Mexico, the federal general health law is charged with overseeing the rights and responsibilities of hospitals and patients. The embassy further states that hospitals can't retain or attempt to detain a patient, his or her passport or body to guarantee payment of medical services. Okay. But they didn't care about that at all. They did not care. They held them there. Now, this is the thing. And I have to ask a question to Black people. I don't understand why y'all going to Mexico. I don't even go to Mexico. You wouldn't catch me too much in Mexico. The reason why is I know what go on down there. I don't want to be part of anything. There are Mexicans that don't even want to go to Mexico. I just had a guy that watches our show. He's Mexican, and he says that I wouldn't dare go back to Mexico. He said, I'd rather go to Africa than go to Mexico. He said the place is overran with corruption, the cartels, all the different things that go on down there. And Black folks are still going down there. Instead of carrying yourself to the continent or even going to the Caribbean or going to some nation that people, look like you for a change. OK, you'd rather pass all it up to go to Mexico. I don't get that. I'm not criticizing them personally. I'm just saying some of us and what we do. Now, I know the argument going to be, well, Mexico's closer, the Caribbean or whatever else. You'll say everything that you want to say. But if I want to take a vacation, I'm on vacation, whether I'm on a boat ride, plane ride, whatever. And I guarantee if this would have happened in an African nation, they would not have been holding him and this couple like prisoners for $14,000. But Tyler Perry, he came to the rescue. Tyler Perry went on ahead and paid that bill for them and they got out. And, the situation like that, shout out to Tyler Perry for coming through. That's what we like to see. We like to see the celebrities in our community, those who are well off, to help out in situations like that if they can. That's called group economics. That's for sure. But what can we learn from this? We learn have traveler's insurance. We learn to try to go places where they won't hold you in like a jail, in a hospital, and won't let you leave because you can't pay $14,000. It doesn't prove to me that I'm too welcome in your country if you're treating me like that. And especially when the U.S. Embassy say that shouldn't be going down like that. That's why you must research the countries that you're going to, even African nations. When I'm going to go to a new African nation, I'm researching on top of researching. I'm researching the good, the bad, and the ugly, where to go, where not to go. You know what I'm saying? Where should I be? Where should I not? I research all that before I go anywhere. And you should do the exact same thing. Even in hospitals, how's the medical care? You need to research everything when you're there. When I was in Kenya, when I first got there, I was sick as a dog. I was sick. I wasn't feeling good at all. I went to the pharmacy, got some antibiotics and histamine. A few days, cleared it right on up. But hey, you know, you got to know where you're at and what's going to go down. But I'm glad this couple was able to be put on a plane and head back to Atlanta. But what I will say once again, research the country you're going to, have traveler's insurance, ladies and gentlemen. We have these trips coming up. The South Africa trip, like I said, we have 25 spots left for that. Jump on it ASAP. Go to the link in the pinned comment, fill out that form, and they will contact you. And then you can work with them on paying your deposit. And then we can pay payments to go to the trip in September. But I know they wouldn't lock you in a hospital in Africa. They would do that to you over there. That's a crazy mess. They lock somebody up in a hospital because they can't pay $14,000. And they wouldn't even let them try to even go to an ATM or anything. No, they had to stay locked up right there in Mexico. Now, what if Tyler Perry didn't come through? I mean, they only had, I think from what I heard, $640 in the GoFundMe at the time. So people badly were starting to find out, and they were locked, basically locked in jail. Please, once again, research the countries you're going to, have traveler's insurance. But leave me a comment, let me know what you think about this particular story with this brother and sister. Now, I'm not discouraging you, don't travel. I'm encouraging you to travel. My thing is, go to the motherland, you know, go there. Go to the Caribbean. It's fine too. You got, you know, countries like Guyana. You can go visit there. Go visit Colombia, Brazil, all places where we're at throughout the diaspora. Go visit. I'm all for you traveling. Just make sure you just have your business in order when you go in these different places.